They never fart, said Norm.
Just do it, please, love, shouted Norm's mum. Norm grudgingly got out of bed and opened the window. Knowing his perfect cousins, they probably didn't fart, and even if they did, they probably smelt of flipping flowers or something. Norm glanced outside. It looked like it was about to pee it down with rain. The sky was the colour of... Actually, Norm couldn't think what the sky was the colour of. No doubt his perfect cousins would be able to, though. In fact, knowing his perfect cousins, they'd probably write a flipping poem about it, without even being told to. Flipping freaks of nature, thought Norm, trudging wearily towards the stairs. Chapter 3.
"Hey, Norman,"
said Dave, as Norm appeared in the kitchen.
"Where are your Cocoa Pops?"
Dave and Brian both fell about laughing. Norm glared at his mum. "Sorry, love," said Norm's mum, "but you have to admit, it was pretty funny."
Glad you think so,
said Norm, huffily. Norm looked outside. By now, it had actually started to rain. The question was, how bad did the rain have to get before the walk got called off? A short, sharp shower? A torrential downpour? A full-on tropical storm? Even then it might not be enough, thought Norm, though at least there'd be a chance of being struck by lightning, which was infinitely preferable to spending more time with his perfect cousins. "So, what was the dream about?" said Norm's dad, "apart from the Cocoa Pops."
"Oh, you know,"
said Norm. "No, I don't," said Norm's dad. "That's why I'm asking."
"Just, stuff,"
said Norm. "Stuff?" Norm nodded. "What kind of stuff?" Norm thought for a moment. He didn't need to go into too much detail, did he?
"I was in a supermarket."
"Yeah," said Norm's dad. "And?"
"I got thrown out."
"What for?"
"For being in the 9 items or less queue with 10 items.
"That was it?" said Norm's dad. "Nothing else?"
"Nothing else,"
said Norm.
"Wonder what it means,"
said Brian. Norm looked at his middle brother.
"What do you mean, you wonder what it means? What does what mean? What are you talking about, Brian?"
I mean, I wonder what your dream means," said Brian. "All dreams mean something."
"No, they don't,"
said Norm.
"Yeah, they do," said Brian. "I read it in a book."
Norm sighed.
"It means nothing. That's what it means."
But even as Norm said it, he knew that Brian was probably right. His dream probably had meant something. And you didn't need to be a psycho-flipping whatever they were called to figure out what it meant. It obviously had something to do with moving house and having no money and economising and all that stuff. As for the being naked bit, that was probably something to do with Chelsea seeing the photo, the one of him and his best friend Mikey without any clothes on. OK, so it had been taken on the beach when they were babies, but even so, it wasn't exactly the sort of thing you wanted to fall into enemy hands when you were nearly 13, or any time for that matter, but especially when you were nearly 13. Which reminded Norm, Chelsea still had the photo. He'd need to do something about that pretty soon. Norm noticed that Brian was still looking at him.
"What?"
"It means something," said Brian. "It can't just mean nothing."
"It means I got chucked out of a flipping supermarket, that's all,"
snapped Norm.
"Language?"
said Dave.
"You can shut up as well, Dave, you little freak,"
hissed Norm. Now, boys," said Norm's mum. "Stop bickering. There's work to do." Norm pulled a face.
"Work?"
"Tidying up your rooms," said Norm's dad. Of course, thought Norm. His perfect cousins were coming. For some inexplicable reason, the house would have to be immaculate. The flipping Queen could be dropping by for afternoon tea, and they might vacuum the front room and mop round the toilet. But because it was his perfect flipping cousins, the whole house was going to have to be cleaned, from top to flipping bottom. "Good job we haven't got the dog yet," said Norm's dad. "There might have been 1 or 2 extra things to tidy up." Brian and Dave laughed. "I'm serious, boys," said Norm's dad. "This dog had better not make any mess, or it'll be straight out."
"That's just reminded me,"
said Norm. "What?" said Norm's mum.
"Something else about the dream."
"What?" said Norm's dad.
"Nothing. Doesn't matter,"
said Norm. "Go on, love," said Norm's mum. "We won't laugh."
"Promise, Mum?"
"Promise." Norm hesitated.